In the heart of southern India lies a forgotten empire of gold. Once, this land glittered brighter than any other place in Asia. They called it the Kolar Goldfields, India's own city of gold. What began as a small British mining camp became a symbol of power and greed. It all started in the late 1800s, when gold fever gripped the British Empire. Colonial engineers rushed to extract every ounce from beneath Indian soil. But for the locals, it was not a dream. It was survival. Entire generations lived and died under the earth, chasing golden dust. The British called it progress, but it was built on broken backs. By the early 1900s, Kolar produced some of the purest gold in the world. It became one of the deepest mines ever created by human hands. The air grew thinner, the heat unbearable, yet the digging never stopped. The mine ran like a kingdom, ruled by British officers, powered by Indian sweat. For the workers, life was measured not in years, but in shifts underground. Women and children lived in settlements built around the mines. The air above Kolar shimmered with the scent of metal and despair. But where there's wealth, there's resistance. Workers began organizing, demanding dignity and fair pay. Strikes were crushed, voices silenced, but the spirit never died. After independence, India inherited both the glory and the burden of KGF. The government took over operations, but the mines were already bleeding. The gold veins were running dry, and maintenance costs soared. In the 1970s, engineers worked to revive the Golden Empire, but the deeper they dug, the more dangerous it became. Accidents claimed hundreds of lives, yet production had to continue. For many, Kolar was a curse disguised as gold. The government poured in money, but profits vanished into corruption. Year after year, the yield declined, and so did hope. By the 1990s, machines replaced most of the men. Generations who lived for gold were now left in silence. In 2001, after over a century of digging, KGF was shut down. The world moved on, but Kolar stood frozen in time. What was once India's pride turned into a ghost town. Yet, beneath the silence, stories of courage still echo. They weren't chasing wealth, they were surviving history. Every tunnel still whispers the names of those who never returned. Some say there's still gold left, untouched, unreachable, but the cost of mining it again might be too high. Over time, the underground tunnels began collapsing one by one. Kolar's empire of gold began sinking into its own ruins. But the legacy didn't die. It evolved. For them, KGF was not a failure, but a lesson in ambition. The mines gave birth to technology far ahead of their time. Yes, KGF powered not just machines, but dreams. It was the site of Asia's first hydroelectric power plant. From gold veins to electric wires, KGF changed India forever. Yet, behind every achievement lay countless untold stories. Stories of loss, of love, and of hope buried beneath stone. Today, the abandoned shafts have become a symbol of nostalgia. Filmmakers, historians, and tourists now walk where miners once crawled. Kolar Goldfields, once known for its glow, now remembered for its ghosts. Every brick, every rail track still hums the tune of history. But was KGF really exhausted, or deliberately abandoned? Some claim the remaining gold veins were hidden to prevent foreign control. Whistleblowers spoke of deals that never reached public records. Maybe the empire didn't fall. It just went underground again. In legends, they say the land still breathes gold. Miners still dream of the tunnels reopening one day. And every monsoon, rain seeps through, revealing glittering specks of gold dust. The empire of Kolar was built on faith as much as on metal. Men risked everything for a shimmer that vanished too soon. But that's what makes the story eternal. Pursuit despite despair. Today, KGF's ruins stand as monuments of ambition. And perhaps that's the real treasure. Not gold, but resilience. The British left, the gold faded, but the legend remained. From exploitation rose a tale of endurance. KGF is no longer about wealth. It's about identity. An empire built in darkness, remembered in light. Every grain of sand there carries the weight of a century. They called it the Golden Miracle. For many, it was a golden prison. Still, the mines gave India something priceless: legacy, technology, energy, unity. All born from KGF's depths. Even after closure, scientists studied its deep Earth data. KGF helped India understand the planet, not just profit from it. And maybe that was the empire's hidden purpose all along: to dig not for gold, but for knowledge. The empire may have fallen, but its story never will. Beneath the silence, Kolar still whispers, "We were once golden." History buried it, but memory kept it alive. Today, the mines may be closed, but the legend continues to inspire, because Kolar Goldfields was never just about gold. This is the story of the empire that shone bright, then vanished beneath its own weight.